It is Saturday night, November 5th, and we are coming to you live from the National Guard Armory in Kansas City, Kansas, just a stone's throw from downtown Kansas City, Missouri. I am Jeremy Seeger for CSW Video as Central States Wrestling presents Vendetta.
Remember the 5th of November.
Before we get things started, let's take a look at the 7 big matches taking place tonight on our card this evening. Scott Tyler will be taking on a member of Grindhouse, Anakin Murphy, who is making his CSW debut this evening. Dan the Dad goes one-on-one against the Black Diamond, Luke Langley, who is looking to get his first win here in CSW. In tag team action, the Howletts, Hoodie and Anaya, who will be accompanied by Coach Frass, will take on Roscoe Leech's Hired Guns, Spitfire Davey Vega, who is representing Grindhouse, and CSW newcomer, the Bounty Hunter, Bryan Keith. The Best Pizza Chef, Luigi Primo, will go dough-to-dough against the big strong boy, Ethan Price. Mike Outlaw will lock horns with the Kings Road Slayer, Neal, in what is sure to be a hard-hitting fight. And of course, our huge main event will see the Quad-Fatha, Camaro Jackson, the Mile High Magnum, Draper, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, and Moonshine Mantell face off in a fatal 4-way to crown a new Central States champion. Kicking things off tonight, we have the Raees, Arjun Singh, accompanied to the ring by Roscoe Leech, taking on Mighty Micah. But before we go to ring announcer Jason Jones, let's hear from one of the competitors in tonight's huge main event, the Mile High Magnum, Draper.
I haven't been thinking about tonight all week. I've been thinking about tonight for 5 years. Because 5 years ago, on December 8th, 2017, Draper walked into a venue in Kansas City as the Kansas City champion for the very last time. And in those last 5 years, I've gone through so much. I've gone through peaks, and I've definitely gone through valleys. So I'm in there tonight against Jeremy Wyatt and Moonshine Mantell and Camaro Jackson. I'm not just in there with those guys, because I'm fighting more than that at this point. I'm fighting everyone that said that I couldn't get back to the pinnacle of Kansas City wrestling. I'm fighting everyone that said Dak Draper's a one-trick pony. Dak Draper will never get there. He's a one-hit wonder. I'm fighting myself. I'm fighting my own self-doubt, wondering if maybe you are washed up, Dak. So tonight is about more than just the Kansas City Championship. It's about Kansas City wrestling as a whole. And it's about Dak Draper proving to himself that you're not done till you say you're done. If you think you're done, then shame on you.
Your first match is scheduled for one fall. That's 20 minutes time.
Mile High Magnum Dak Draper is ready to go for his opportunity tonight in our main event for the Central States Championship. He'll be battling in that fatal four-way against the Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson, the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt, and Moonshine Mantell. But first things first, we've got the Raees Arjun Singh along with his manager Roscoe Leech in the ring, ready to kick things off here tonight at Vendetta. Representing Olathe, Kansas, your friendly neighborhood superhero, Mighty Micah, coming down to the ringside area to a chorus of cheers from this crowd here at our new venue, our new home venue, the National Guard Armory in Kansas City, Kansas, just a stone's throw away from downtown Kansas City, Missouri. It's a historic venue for professional wrestling here in Kansas City that hasn't seen any type of wrestling action for 3 decades now, maybe even more. Referee for this matchup, Adam Kennedy. We've got the bell and Vendetta is officially underway. We've got the lights out here at the Armory. Not sure what's going on, but nonetheless in the ring, it's Arjun Singh taking it to Mighty Micah with a series of strikes and a headbutt there. Micah gonna have his hands full with Roscoe Leech on the outside, as Mighty Micah now firing off a series of right hands to the jaw, just rocking Arjun Singh, and a forearm shot sends Singh back into the corner. Whip into the ropes, no reversal by Singh, drop down. Singh back to his feet, leapfrog attempt, but he's caught with an inverted atomic drop, courtesy of Mighty Micah. Micah with a shot to the gut, but it's caught. Enziguri, it looked like Arjun Singh got his hand up a bit, but Singh now catching that drop kick, courtesy of Mighty Micah. Micah charges forward with a forearm shot. And now Micah going to the top rope. But there you see Roscoe Leech making his way over there. He's shouting something at Micah. Micah's attention being diverted from the task at hand. He would be wise not to focus on Roscoe Leech, but it's hard not to, as he is just leveled with a forearm shot and clutching that knee as that knee came down hard onto the floor. And now Roscoe Leech with a cheap shot. Singh telling referee Adam Kennedy to get that count going. He's trying to get a count-out victory here. He's not paid by the hour, is Arjun Singh. As this crowd here at the Armory rallying behind Mighty Micah. And just in time, Micah gets back into the ring, much to the dismay of Roscoe Leech, as you saw there, Singh just teeing off under the brow of Mighty Micah. Micah back up to his feet. And what does Arjun Singh have in store for Mighty Micah here? Backbreaker right in the middle of the ring. We've got a hook in the leg and a cover. 2 count only. Singh not following up from that backbreaker and pinning attempt as he fires off a boot to the shoulder of Micah, and now just choking Micah on that middle rope, taking full advantage of the referee's 5 count. And now here comes Roscoe Leech, adding insult to injury. Singh now with the cover, hook of the leg, 2 count only. Singh with a big forearm shot, make that 2, just rocking Micah and trash talking as well. Micah, though, firing off with a series of right hands and forearm strikes as he is attempting to get some offense going. A arm drag attempt into a pinning combination by Micah, 2 and no, 2 count only. Micah looking for that upset win as he ducks a clothesline, hits the ropes, and catches a snap power slam courtesy of Arjun. Singh with the cover, 2 count for the effort. Roscoe Leech only having one match tonight to worry about, and that is this match with the Raees Arjun Singh managing him as he gave the premiere of the night off, much to the dismay of the Howletts as Singh hits the ropes. Hip toss attempt blocked, no. A knee strike by Singh. Float over, nicely done, and Singh brings down Micah. Gets a 2 count out of it. Singh waiting for Micah to get back up to his feet, charges forward for a knee strike, nobody home. A schoolboy roll-up by Micah gets a 2 count. Micah back up to his feet, Singh charges forward and catches the back of the elbow of mighty Micah and a boot for good measure. Micah charges forward, big strike to the clavicle and a big superhero punch I should say, and a neck breaker. Short distance neck breaker, but you can see Micah clutching at that knee a little bit. Micah back into the corner. Charges forward, nobody home. And Singh with nobody home there. Looked like Singh blocked that instep kick attempt by Micah. Micah up to the top rope. High cross body block from the top rope. We've got a hook and a leg and a cover. 2 and 3, no. Arjun Singh digging down deep and kicking out with milliseconds to spare. Micah in a bit of disbelief. He thought for sure that was it. That would have been a huge upset had mighty Micah scored the 3 count there. Micah up to his feet, has a hold of Arjun Singh's head. Singh with a shot to the gut. Fireman's carry. Micah with the back of the elbow to the jaw of Singh. Breaks free. Inverted DDT attempt, but Roscoe Leech up on the apron. Again with the interference. Distracting Micah. Looks like Micah's going to go try to get his hands on Roscoe Leech, but Leech down to the floor. And Arjun Singh with a shot to the throat, a kick to the knee. Into the ropes goes Singh with a knee strike. Nicely done. Connected right to the temple. We've got a cover. 2 and 3. That'll do it. Your winner of this matchup, our opening matchup here at Vendetta, the Raees Arjun Singh, as he continues his winning ways here in CSW. And now, Roscoe Leech with the microphone. Let's see what he has to say.
I bring something new to the table.
Raees Arjun Singh making his case to be the first in line to challenge the winner of tonight's main event for the Central States Championship. We'll see if that comes to fruition, and if it does, who that will be against. Fans, coming up next, we have a big matchup as Mike Outlaw takes on the Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal, in what I'm sure is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Excuse me, but first, our own CSW backstage correspondent Ben Miller is caught up with another combatant in tonight's main event, the Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson. So let's go back to Ben Miller.
Tonight, CSW, new champion, the Quad-Fatha, the Monarch, the Mile High Magnum, and Moonshine Mantell. Those are the three pit bulls of the Midwest. Those are the three men that have won championships in Kansas City. You see, without Kansas City, the Quad-Fatha would not exist. Camaro Jackson would not be here. So tonight, I write the love letter to Kansas City by winning the Central States Championship.
Camaro Jackson definitely ready for his opportunity to become the Central States champion here tonight at Vendetta. But now we've got Mike Outlaw taking on the Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal, here at Vendetta. Kings Road Slayer Derek Neal making his return to Central States Wrestling. Last time we saw him was at our May event, Strapped, as he was victorious in the main event there in a leather strap match against Moonshine Mantell.
And introducing his opponent, he weighed in at 222 pounds from St. Louis, Missouri. He is the general of the Vendetta Brigade. Real name, no gimmicks, Mike Outlaw.
He is the general of the Bandana Brigade, Mike Outlaw, representing Team Ambition out of St. Louis. He's being sponsored tonight by Primetime Fitness. You can find Primetime Fitness, more information about them on Facebook. Just do a search for Primetime Fitness. Great people over there at Primetime Fitness. I want to thank them for sponsoring Mike tonight. A matchup that have been really looking forward to since it was announced. As both of these men are extremely hard-hitting individuals. Collar and elbow tie-up to start things off. Both men jockeying for position. It's Mike Outlaw now taking Neal back into the corner and going up to that middle rope. See if we get a clean break here. And we do. A great show of sportsmanship out of Mike Outlaw. Collar and elbow tie-up number 2, as it's Derek Neal taking Outlaw back into the corner this time. And will Neal show the same respect to Mike Outlaw with a clean break? Yes, he will. Go behind by Neal. And a waistlock takedown right in the center of the ring into a front facelock. No, Outlaw with a reversal into a hammerlock. Neal rolling through, reversal into a wrist lock. Roll through by Outlaw, and a reversal, nicely done. Neal looking to go to the ropes, but Outlaw cranking away on that arm and wrist. So far, it looks like Mike Outlaw's plan of attack is to go after that arm of Derek Neal. Neal breaking free and with a huge shot. Echoes through the Kansas City, Kansas National Guard Armory. Outlaw coming up with a little smirk on his face, and now a big series of strikes out of both men. We'll see who gets the better of it. And a discus forearm that just rocked Mike Outlaw back into the corner. Irish whip by Neal. He charges in, up and over goes Outlaw with a nice drop kick that takes the Kings Road Slayer down to the canvas. And it's Outlaw with a stomp to the upper chest of Neal. Outlaw out to the apron, going up to the top rope, but Derek Neal wisely bailing out of the ring. Buys him a little bit of time. Now Outlaw coming out after him. Both men just as comfortable fighting on the outside as they are on the inside. And a big shot and a knife edge chop courtesy of Mike Outlaw, rocking the Kings Road Slayer. And another big knife edge chop by Mike Outlaw. Front face lock. Looking for that fisherman's buster was Mike Outlaw. Series of standing switches. Who will come up victorious in this? Derek Neal using that middle rope to his advantage as he changed the course or the trajectory of this match. Derek Neal with a shot to the jaw sends Mike Outlaw down to the canvas. Neal bringing Outlaw up with a handful of hair. Knife edge chop. Return of the favor by by Mike Outlaw. And Derek Neal just driving that knee down into the chest of Mike Outlaw. We get a 2 count for his efforts. Outlaw with a strike, make that 2. But a big left hand, courtesy of Derek Neal, that just echoed through the Armory here in KCK. Butterfly suplex with a pin. 1 count only. Neal going back for the pin. Gets a 2 count this time as he just stomps away at the collarbone and shoulder area of Mike Outlaw. Mike Outlaw trying to fight free, but he catches a right hand. Knife edge chop by Derek Neal. Knife edge chop by Mike Outlaw. Both men now trading chops. And a blow to the midsection and a big left hand takes Mike Outlaw down to the canvas. Derek Neal showing a bit of a different attitude in this match. Nice Northern Lights suplex. 2 count only. Excellent bridge by the big man too on that Northern Lights suplex. It was just textbook done. Crowd here at the Armory behind Mike Outlaw firmly. As both men are up to the vertical base, Outlaw firing off a big right hand and a knife edge chop. Forearm shot by Outlaw and another knife edge chop. Whip into the ropes, no reversal. Big clothesline by Derek Neal, and both men now down to the canvas. Neal unable to capitalize quickly from that clothesline, that lariat. But he is back up to his feet. He brings Outlaw, trying to bring him up to the vertical base, but Outlaw fires off a quick shot to the breadbasket. Make that 2. But an elbow to the top of the head changes that. And a big clubbing blow between the shoulder blades of Mike Outlaw, courtesy of Derek Neal. Irish whip into the corner goes Outlaw. Neal with a full head of steam, nobody home. As Outlaw able to get out of the way. Outlaw charges forward, big knife edge chop. And he introduces Derek Neal to the top turnbuckle. And a second time with a face full of turnbuckle. Irish whip, no reversal by Neal. Went for a clothesline, but caught the boot of Mike Outlaw. Outlaw up. Nice DDT from the middle rope. 2 and no. Derek Neal able to get the shoulder up just in the nick of time. Leave Outlaw. Mike Outlaw felt that should have been a 3 count. Both men slow to get back up to the vertical base. In this back and forth matchup here at Vendetta, Mike Outlaw charges forward, big forearm shot. Irish whip, no reversal by Neal. Neal charges forward, big drop kick, just destroys Mike Outlaw. And Neal with a full head of steam and a splash into the corner. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 and 3, no. Mike Outlaw kicking out with milliseconds to spare. And it's Derek Neal this time who is questioning the referee's counting ability. No man has gotten a lengthy upper hand in this matchup thus far. As Neal now attempting to bring Mike Outlaw up to his feet. Looks like he's going for a fisherman's buster. That's the move he likes to put away his opponents with. But Outlaw breaks free. Enziguri, nicely done. That connects. Springboard twisting forearm shot by Mike Outlaw. We've got a cover. No. Very close to a 3 count. Once again for Mike Outlaw, but it's Derek Neal again digging down and kicking out. Extending his chances at becoming victorious in this matchup. Mike Outlaw's got to be wondering what's he got to do to put away Derek Neal. Derek Neal just struggling to get back up to his feet. Outlaw brings him back up to the vertical base, and a chop to the throat by Neal. And a series of strikes sends Mike Outlaw down to the canvas, and a knee strike to boot. 2 and no, 2 count only. Both men getting closer and closer to the 3 count here in this matchup. And the crowd just not happy for some. And there's Greg Jovi. He's Moonshine Mantell's manager. We've got an inside cradle in the ring, though. 2 count for Mike Outlaw. Wonder why Greg Jovi is down here as Derek Neal has made it clear he wants nothing to do with Greg Jovi. As now Mike Outlaw going up to the top rope. What does he have in store here for the Kings Road Slayer? And Jovi pushing Mike Outlaw off that top rope. Outlaw landing on his feet, but Fisherman's Buster, courtesy of the Kings Road Slayer. We've got a cover. 2 and 3, that'll do it. Your winner of this matchup, with assistance from Greg Jovi, is the Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal. And the fans here at the Armory are, what's going on here? I don't believe what I'm seeing. It looks like Derek Neal obviously has taken up Greg Jovi's offer for representation. I don't know what this means going forward for CSW, as Jovi's other wrestler, I guess in his stable now, Moonshine Mantell. There's really no love lost between Mantell and Derek Neal, as now Derek Neal just clubbing away at Mike Outlaw, and a big knee strike to the jaw of Mike Outlaw, courtesy of Derek Neal. We're going to have to get a crew over to Greg Jovi and Derek Neal to get some sort of explanation here. Fans, I'm being told that during this last matchup, we had a camera crew catch up with the current reigning and defending DWF champion, the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt, who will be involved in the Fatal 4-Way tonight, our main event tonight. Let's cue that up and get that played.
Tonight, CSW is going to crown the first ever Central States champion. They seem to have forgotten the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt is the DWF champion. And this is the only championship around here that really matters. But we all know you can't have a championship match and introduce a new title without having the champ in it. So I'm gonna play along. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna have a match with Camaro Jackson, Moonshine Mantell, and Draper. And I'm gonna win a second championship tonight. And then what? We're gonna introduce a third, a fourth. I'll win them all!
After the shocking turn of events that we just witnessed in the ring, I'm going to try to get a word with Greg Jovi and Derek
You got the audacity to in my face? That's what we're going to do now? You're going to shove a camera in my face every time I come out of that curtain? Every time Derek Neal, Moonshine Mantell come out of that curtain? I tell you what, you give me the camera. You give me the camera. You go over there. You go over there. Dude, be a good little student, a good little newsboy. Hold up your imaginary camera. I want to see the imaginary microphone. Hold the microphone. The people can't hear him. All right, there he is. I got a good shot. Go ahead and ask him the question. Ask him what everybody wants to hear.
I just wanted to know why the sudden. The last time we saw you was strapped, and it seemed like there was a contentious relationship building between you and Moonshine Mantell, and now I just.
You know, you seem a little nervous. Why don't you go back to holding that, and I'll handle this. You see, this is the beauty of having me around. Idiots like this don't get to shove a camera in your face. See, Derek Neal, since strapped, has been gone a long time from CSW. You know what he's been doing? He's been out there breaking bodies to feed his family, winning titles, making business decisions. One of those business decisions was to join up with Greg Jesus Jovi. You know, when you're on those roads of long nights, you get to thinking. And he did some thinking, and you know what? He decided that was best for him and his family. That's where the W's come. That's where the winner's side of the purse comes. And Derek Neal, CSW, this is just the beginning. I'll see you later on tonight, back out there where we take home that Central States Championship. This is only the beginning. All right.
I want to thank our crew for getting those pre-recorded comments from Jeremy Wyatt, as well as our backstage correspondent, Ben Miller, for getting those comments from the Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal, and Greg Jovi. Fans, coming up next, we have a huge tag team matchup as the Howletts, Hoodie and Anaya, along with Coach Frass, take on the Spitfire, Davey Vega, who is representing Grindhouse, and the debuting bounty hunter, Bryan Keith, in this, our next matchup at Vendetta. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for ring introductions.
Who's ready for a tag team match? This match is sponsored by the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast. It's scheduled for one fall and a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first of the stage. He weighed in 190 pounds. Spitfire, Vega.
He represents Grindhouse out of St. Louis, Missouri, along with his typical tag team partner, the gunslinger Matt Fitchett. He is the Spitfire, Davey Vega. Like I said, Vega, Vega normally tag teaming with his typical partner, the gunslinger Matt Fitchett, but Fitchett suffering a shoulder injury. He's out of action. As we wait on the arrival of Vega's partner, there he is, the bounty hunter, Bryan Keith, making his Central States Wrestling debut. Roscoe Leech paying both of these men handsomely, from what I've been told, to take this matchup, as Roscoe Leech has hired guns to attempt to take out the Howletts. On behalf of Roscoe Leech and his tag team, the Premier, who Roscoe Leech has given the night off. I think this might be the wisest decision here for Central States Wrestling anyway, as the Howletts and the Premier, that feud has just been escalating and escalating and escalating over the course of this year. But we shall see who comes out victorious in this matchup.
And introducing their opponents, they are being led to the ring by Coach Rose, representing the tribe, Hoodie and Anaya, the world's most dangerous tag team,
Coach Frass leading the Howletts, Hoodie and Anaya, down to the ringside area. You see Hoodie on your left and Anaya on your right. Coach Frass up front as they come out to the Kansas City, Kansas Armory to a chorus of cheers from this crowd here tonight at Vendetta. Of course, this match is being sponsored by the I-70 Hot Tag. You can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/the I-70 Hot Tag. A great podcast covering pro wrestling, independent pro wrestling in Kansas and Missouri. Coach Frass, of course, the head trainer at the Warriors Academy, where Hoodie and Anaya train. A great martial arts, mixed martial arts gym here in Kansas City. You can find out more about the Warriors Academy online at warriorsacademykc.com. To my knowledge, this is the first time that the Spitfire Davey Vega and the bounty hunter Bryan Keith have formed a team. Both are spectacular singles wrestlers. We'll see how they do together as a team here. Referee for this matchup, Adam Kennedy. We've got the bell and we are underway here in this big tag team matchup as Davey Vega quickly tags in the bounty hunter. Looked like Davey Vega not wanting any part of Anaya Howlett there. CSW fans here in attendance with a tribe chant as no action thus far in the opening minutes of this matchup. Looks like we're going to get things underway here as we've got a collar and elbow tie-up center of the ring. Both men jockeying for position as looks like it's Anaya who takes Keith back into the corner. Got a clean break out of Anaya as Keith now coming out of the corner there. Collar and elbow tie-up again. And a big slap by Anaya Howlett sends Bryan Keith to the outside. Well, no, I'm sorry, he didn't go to the outside. Looks like he's half in, half out. Another collar and elbow tie-up, standing switch, waistlock takedown by Anaya into a front facelock. Nicely done. As both men now exchanging reversals, but it's Anaya who gets the best of it. Anaya brings Keith back up to his feet with a standing side headlock. Shot off into the ropes. Big shoulder tackle sends Bryan Keith down to the canvas. Anaya into the ropes again. Leapfrog. A leapfrog attempt by Bryan Keith, but Anaya not having any of it. Well scouted by Anaya Howlett. Big shoulder tackle courtesy of Anaya. Brother Anaya taking care of business right now early on in this matchup. But Bryan Keith breaking free before a tag could be made. And a potential double team move by the Howletts is averted by the bounty hunter. Keith tagging in Spitfire Davey Vega. Vega no stranger to either of the Howletts as he and his normal partner Matt Fitchett, Grindhouse, took on the Howletts earlier this year in tag team competition here in CSW. Collar and elbow tie-up. Big forearm shot. Make that an exchange of forearm shots by both of these men. And it looks like, yeah, Hoodie's getting the better of it here as he is just teeing off and hits the ropes. Vega hits the ropes, shoulder tackle, no one giving an inch. And a series of strikes by Spitfire Davey Vega, nicely done as Vega into the ropes. And a big slam by Hoodie Howlett just plants Davey Vega into the canvas. The pendulum of momentum has swung right back into the favor of the Howletts here, following that vicious slam from Hoodie Howlett. Front face lock suplex into a slam by Anaya. We've got a cover. Good for a 2 count. Into the ropes goes Vega. He catches the back of the elbow of brother Anaya. Anaya with the cover. 2 count only. Anaya now tying up Davey Vega into a submission hold, center of the ring. Great ring positioning. He might be a little close to the ropes as he has a modified overhand wrist lock applied. Vega makes his way back up to his feet, takes Anaya back into the corner, and just has that wrist of his right in the eyes and the bridge of the nose, which allows him to break free. Snapmare by Vega, and a rabbit kick right between the shoulder blades that has no effect on Anaya. Anaya with a snapmare of his own and a big kick right down the spine of Davey Vega. Echoes through the National Guard Armory. European uppercut by Anaya. Anaya making his attack known here as he fires off another European uppercut. Davey Vega with a boot to the midsection of Anaya, and a big clothesline by Vega staggers Anaya. Face full of turnbuckle by Davey Vega to Anaya, and a tag into Bryan Keith. Keith now with a kick to the ribs of Anaya. Get a chance to see what the bounty hunter Bryan Keith is made of here in this matchup as he goes for a suplex, but blocked by Anaya. Anaya dropping down to that knee to prevent this suplex from happening. No, but it's a reversal with a float over by the bounty hunter. Rear waist lock, standing switch by Anaya. Back of the elbow greets Anaya, breaks free. The bounty hunter breaks free. And Anaya with a big right hand just rocks the bounty hunter. Tag into Hoodie. And Bryan Keith goes into the ropes. Knee drop, leg drop, and a big splash by Anaya, but no. Looked like Hoodie was going for that senton to complete that combo, but Davey Vega had it scouted out. Back in the ring, Bryan Keith sending Anaya to the outside. Davey Vega with a big strike right to the jaw and chest. That kick just destroying Hoodie Howlett as Bryan Keith hits the ropes. Full head of steam, basement drop kick by the bounty hunter to Hoodie. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. The bounty hunter and Spitfire are taking it to Hoodie Howlett as a boot to the midsection of Hoodie Howlett, courtesy of Davey Vega. Vega with a big forearm shot across the back and a knife edge chop. And another forearm shot, another knife edge chop by Vega. Vega. Now Howlett. Hoodie taking it to Vega. Now the bounty hunter has a hold of the ankle of Hoodie Howlett, and a basement dropkick by Vega finds its mark. Looked like Hoodie was trying to build some momentum there, but the team of Vega and Keith not having any of that, as we've got a pin attempt there you saw that was only good for 2. Vega stomping away at the prone Hoodie Howlett. Vega tags in the bounty hunter. Bounty hunter making his way into the ring. Boot to the midsection. And a forearm shot that just rocks Hoodie Howlett. Knife edge chop by the bounty hunter, but Howlett feeling no pain at this point. Another nice knife edge chop by Bryan Keith. And he goes to the eyes. He being Bryan Keith of Hoodie Howlett. Side headlock by Keith. Center of the ring, referee Adam Kennedy checking on Hoodie Howlett. Not gonna get Hoodie to give up or submit via a side headlock. What you will do is wear him down a little bit. Both men back up to the vertical base as Hoodie Howlett fires off a series of forearms, breaks free, basement drop kick to the knee of Hoodie, and a tag in to Vega. Double belly to back suplex, courtesy of Vega and Keith. Vega with the cover, 2 count only. Knife edge chop by Vega to the prone Hoodie Howlett. Irish whip into the corner goes Howlett. Vega full head of steam, nobody home as he goes for a knee strike. Up and over goes Vega to the outside. As Hoodie looking to make the tag, but Bryan Keith, he goes up and over into the outside. Courtesy of a Hoodie. Davey Vega, the legal man, back in. Goes right to a rear naked choke. He's got it firmly applied, but Hoodie up on his feet, looking to make that tag to his brother Anaya. And Hoodie just falling backwards, all 250 plus pounds as he makes the tag. No. Bryan Keith, in the last seconds there, pulls Anaya down, preventing the tag, the fresh man from making his way into the ring as Davey Vega with a kick to the crown of Hoodie Howlett's head. Vega now going slowly up to the top rope, it looks like. Vega taking a lot of time to make his way up there. Hoodie with a step-in kick that connects. As now Hoodie looks like he's going to make his way up. First rope now to the second rope. What does he have in mind for the prone Davey Vega? Hoodie now from the top. Superplex by Hoodie Howlett. Both men coming down hard in the center of the ring. Bryan Keith anxiously trying to get his partner Davey Vega to make the tag. Hoodie Howlett looks like he's a bit turned around. Anaya making his way back up into the corner. Tag into Keith. Tag into Anaya. Elbow strike. Big clothesline takes the bounty hunter down. Head of steam, European uppercut by Anaya. And an uppercut for Davey Vega. Nobody home as the bounty hunter able to get out of the way. Big senton splash in the corner, cannonball splash, and a double knee strike to the bounty hunter Bryan Keith. The proverbial house of fire as a double neck breaker by Anaya. We've got a cover, 2 and no, 2 count only. Anaya back up to his feet. He brings Davey Vega up and dumps him out to the outside of the ring. The legal men in this matchup right now, Anaya and the bounty hunter Bryan Keith. It looks like the Howletts are setting up for Weapon X, but no. Davey Vega chop blocking Anaya and a big standing sidekick by Bryan Keith and a double standing sidekick to Anaya. We've got a cover by Keith. 2 count only as Hoodie Howlett able to break up the count by just throwing himself into Davey Vega and Bryan Keith. Headbutt by Anaya. As now Bryan Keith with a forearm strike to Hoodie. Hoodie and Keith teeing off on one another. As in the other opposite corner, Anaya, the legal man, brings Davey Vega, the illegal man, up to his feet. All four men just exchanging strikes. Forearm shot to the jaw of Davey Vega, courtesy of Anaya Howlett. Anaya with a European uppercut sends Davey Vega to the apron. Anaya now on the outside. Looks like he's going to try to powerbomb Davey Vega to the floor. And if he is successful, this will surely eliminate Davey Vega from this matchup. Vega, though, to the eyes and then a big double stomp. Rolls into the ring, catches a big mafia kick that just nearly decapitates him, but it's Bryan Keith with a standing sidekick. And Hoodie Howlett spearing Bryan Keith to the outside. We got 3/4 of this matchup laying prone on the floor here at the Kansas City, Kansas National Guard Armory. Anaya Howlett making his way up to his feet. Davey Vega back into the inside of the ring. Full head of steam by Davey Vega. Tope Suicida attempt is cut off by a forearm shot courtesy of Anaya Howlett. This matchup has just broken down into a straight fight. Vega with a big knife edge chop as Bryan Keith and Hoodie Howlett tee off on one another on the inside. Overhand right by Vega connects to the forehead of Anaya Howlett. Bryan Keith trying to direct traffic to his partner as they pitch both Howletts back into the ring. Both Howletts, double tope suicida. Hoodie taking out Davey Vega and Anaya taking out Bryan Keith. Anaya on the inside, shouting to his brother. Hoodie pitching Vega back into the ring. The Howletts with a nice combo move takes Vega down. Bryan Keith charges forward, gets caught. Weapon X by the Howletts, that should do it. 2 and 3. The winners of this matchup in a hard-fought contest. Representing the tribe, Hoodie and Anaya, the Howletts. A great effort out of Roscoe Leech's hired guns. The bounty hunter Bryan Keith and Spitfire Davey Vega, but it wasn't enough to get the job done against the Howletts here at Vendetta. And that's Roscoe Leech, the manager of the Premier, the leader of the Leech Talent Agency. We saw him earlier with his other member, Arjun Singh. And that's S.K. Bishop with the chair. He's one half of the Premier. As the Howletts immediately go to work on him, but now it's Bryan Keith and Davey Vega. This is a 3-on-2 situation here as S.K. Bishop of the Premier, he's not even supposed to be here tonight. As they are just going to work, these three men going to work, and now Roscoe Leech stomping away, getting in his licks. S.K. Bishop, the bounty hunter Bryan Keith, and Spitfire Davey Vega just going to work on the Howletts here. This was all a setup, obviously, by Roscoe Leech. They want to take the Howletts completely out of Central States Wrestling. As Roscoe Leech just teeing off on the head of Hoodie Howlett. Now SK Bishop with that chair choking away at Anaya Howlett. As Anaya now trying to rally a comeback to get to his brother, but he is just being mauled by Keith, Vega, and Bishop, along with Roscoe Leech. And now Keith and Vega bringing Coach Frass up to his feet for Roscoe Leech. And a low blow to Coach Frass by Roscoe Leech. I gotta say, this was a smart move by Roscoe Leech. SK Bishop, Bryan, Keith, and Davey Vega. As we got our referees out here to try to get some order under control here. It's a smart move, like I said, by Roscoe Leech and the Leech Talent Agency. But you can bet your bottom dollar that the Howletts, this will serve, do nothing but to serve, to fuel the fire between the Premier and the Howletts. I can guarantee you that this attack will not go unresolved. And Coach Frass being helped up to their feet. As they get a round of applause from the crowd here at the National Guard Armory. Like I said, you can bet your bottom dollar this is far from over with the Premier and the Howletts. I'm being told that Ben Miller, our backstage correspondent, is going to try to get comments from the Howletts as soon as they get back to the back. But right now, we're going to take you to pre-recorded comments from the best pizza chef, Luigi Primo, who has words about his matchup later on this evening against the big strong boy, Ethan Price. Let's go to those pre-recorded comments right now.
Luigi Primo, and I make the best of pizza. Ethan Price, I've been following your career all these many years, and if there's one thing I've learned about you, it's that you can't appreciate a good pizza. Well, tonight, using a wrestling, I'm gonna show you what a good pizza tastes like. I'm Luigi Primo.
All right, fans, coming up next here at Vendetta, we've got Dan the Dad taking on the Black Diamond, Luke Langley. But before we get to this matchup, I am being told that our backstage correspondent, Ben Miller, has caught up with the Howletts to get words from them. So let's get back to Ben Miller with these comments from the tribe, Hoodie and Anaya Howlett, along with Coach Frass.
Premier, what we were interested in was playing the long game. We were interested in playing the long game with you, Premier, because guess what? You signed up for the long game. But now, I'm sick of the long game.
Hey, we're done playing with you kids, all right?
I'm sick of the long game. I'm sick of the long game. I'm sick of you not being here. I'm sick of you running. I'm sick of the Howletts wrestling the best talent in the world while you two sip your stupid hipster coffees at home.
They're ducking us.
So guess what? I'm going right to the boss. I'm going to the EVP. I'm going to Michael Strider, and I'm asking them to put you and us where they can't get away. Where they can't get away. In the cage.
A huge challenge by the Howletts to the Premier to settle their differences once and for all inside of a steel cage. We will see if CSW matchmaker EVP Michael Strider will make that match, and if the Premier and Roscoe Leech will accept. I think if Michael Strider makes that matchup, it's going to happen regardless if the Premier and Roscoe Leech accept or not. But right now we have the Black Diamond, Luke Langley, making his way to the ringside area, and certainly not endearing himself to this young fan here at the ringside area. I want to thank all of our sponsors for the evening, our main event sponsors, the law firm of Holnick, Stain, Garrigan, Levitt. If you find yourself in any kind of legal trouble, certainly give them a shout. They bring years of experience to the legal arena. To find out more about them at holdnicklaw.com. Of course, Warriors Academy here in Kansas City, Krav Maga MMA gym here in Kansas City, one of the top gyms in the Midwest at warriorsacademykc.com. Fast Signs of Overland Park, Top Tier Figures, the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast, Bury the Hatchet, Uptown Kansas City, Kincaid Arcade, Primetime Sports and Fitness, as well as Dealership Rescue. Thank you all so very much for sponsoring wrestlers, matches, and the entire event this evening. As we await the arrival of Dan the Dad for this matchup between the Black Diamond Luke Langley there and Dan the Dad. He makes his way to the ringside area, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, to a thunderous applause here at the National Guard Armory in Kansas City, Kansas. That man, Dan the Dad, your dad's favorite wrestler. He will have his hands full with the Black Diamond Luke Langley this evening. Your referee for this matchup, CSW senior official Nick Chen. Crowd here tonight at Vendetta firmly behind Dan the Dad. Starting things off with a collar and elbow tie-up. Standing side headlock applied by the Black Diamond Luke Langley. A reversal by Dan the Dad. Langley takes Dan back into the rope, shoots him off. Big shoulder tackle takes Luke Langley down to the canvas. And Langley bails out of the ring immediately. Dan Langley winless thus far in all of his appearances here in Central States Wrestling. Langley taking his time getting back into the ring here. A smart move by Langley as it cools off that early momentum of Dan the Dad. Langley challenging Dan the Dad to a test of strength. Standing side headlock by Luke Langley, suckered in Dan the Dad with that test of strength. Langley off into the ropes, dropped down by Dan, leapfrog by Dan, puts on the brakes, and a little shenanigans out of Dan the Dad with a deep arm drag that takes Langley down to the canvas. Make that two by Dan, who holds onto the arm this time. Langley immediately up to his feet, back into the corner, looking for a referee break. And a shot to the midsection, elbow to the back of the skull by Luke Langley. As he goes to work on Dan the Dad, Irish whip, no. Dan puts on the brakes, holding onto that top rope. Obviously preventing Luke Langley from completing that Irish whip. No, Irish whip now, reversal by Dan the Dad. And a big side slam by Dan the Dad. We've got a cover. One count only as Langley immediately kicks out. Langley wild, swing and a miss, knife edge chop by Dan the Dad. As Dan now going up to that middle rope. And just drops down those right hands to the temple and forehead of Luke Langley. But Langley brings Dan out and just drops him over that top rope. That'll definitely change the momentum in this matchup. Neck breaker by Langley. And the glasses of Dan the Dad have fallen off. We've got a cover. 2 count only. Langley stopping away at the back, upper shoulder and neck of Dan the Dad. And now just choking Dan the Dad on that middle rope. Taking full advantage of the referee's 5 count is Luke Langley. As he brings Dan up, fires off a big overhand right that rocks Dan the Dad. Langley now with the hand. Introduces Dan to the top turnbuckle. And a second introduction to the opposite turnbuckle. And he makes that a third, but Dan puts on the brakes. Gets that foot up there. As Langley still trying. Dan with a shot to the breadbasket, and he introduces Langley now to that turnbuckle. Irish whip, no, reversal by Langley. Inverted atomic drop. And just drives the face of Dan the Dad down into his knee. We've got a cover. Dan able to kick out at 2. As Langley just scraping those boots across the face of Dan the Dad. And again, goes right to it. Langley goes right to it, to the face, of Dan the Dad. Front face lock, looking possibly for that brainbuster that Luke Langley is known to use as he charges forward, finds nobody home in the corner as Dan able to get out of the way. Charged by Langley, but he catches a boot of Dan the Dad. And Dan puts Langley right down to the canvas with a series of strikes and the knife edge chops. Whip into the ropes, reversal by Langley, no reversal by Dan. Dan with a Luthez press, and he is just dropping bombs now. Langley trying to cover up. Dan not getting all those shots, but getting enough. Dan charging forward with a big forearm strike. Full head of steam again by Dan the Dad with a back elbow. And a third. This time he's dumped up and over the up and over the top rope. Langley charges in, catches the boot. Dan now going up. High risk move to the top rope. High cross body block by Dan the Dad. We've got to cover 2 and 3. No. Langley kicking out from that high cross body block from the top rope by Dan the Dad. Referee Nick Chin right there to count that pinfall attempt. Fireman's carry by Dan. What does he have in mind? No, float over by Langley. Langley looking possibly for a backdrop driver, but Dan puts on the brakes, fires off a shot, breaks himself free, and is now just rocking the jaw with a series of right hands of Luke Langley. A big wind-up by Dan, and a nice right hand that drops Langley. Langley looking to get to the outside. Dan charges forward, catches the shoulder of Luke Langley to the midsection. Front face lock by Langley. Langley going for a suplex to the outside. Dan doing everything he can to fight out of it. Dan with the reversal attempt. No, he catches the knee to the skull. And a step-in enziguri, a glancing enziguri by Luke Langley, as he just drives the face of Dan the Dad to the canvas. 2 count only. Pretty even matchup thus far against between Luke Langley and Dan the Dad. Langley with the front face lock. Setting up possibly for that brainbuster. Inside cradle by Dan the Dad. Gets a 2 count. Dan up to his feet. Langley charges forward. Catches the back of the elbow of Dan. Dan charges forward. Rear waist lock. And Langley just shoves Dan into that corner. Charges forward with a full set head of steam with a drop kick to boot. And Langley taking his time to capitalize on the advantage that he has, as now he just stomps on the foot of Dan, brings him up. Backdrop driver, nicely done. As Langley now with a cover. Almost a 3 count, but Dan able to kick out. Langley can't believe it. Once again, Langley taking a little bit longer than needed to capitalize. As he is signaling possibly for that brainbuster. Yeah, brainbuster attempt, float over by Dan. Standing switch by Langley. Standing switch by Dan the Dad. Standing switch by Langley. And we're off to the races here, as both men trying to get the advantage here. Dan the Dad, fireman's carry. Backpack stunner by Dan the Dad. We've got a cover. That'll do it. Winner of this matchup, Dan the Dad.
Your winner, Dan the Dad.
Following that backpack stunner, you saw it there, arms raised in victory. Another loss for Luke Langley. He can't be happy about that. Still remains winless here in Central States Wrestling. But I digress. Dan the Dad, your victor in a hard-fought victory here at Vendetta. Fans, we're going to go to pre-recorded comments from the final combatant in tonight's main event. That fatal four-way for the Central States Championship. We have Moonshine Mantell along with his manager, Greg Jovi.
CSW, tonight is the night. 4 men enter, 1 man leaves with that Central States Championship. A championship that has so much history behind it, just like this building that we're in. We're in the bowels of the National Guard Armory. Bob Geigel used to promote the NWA here. Guys like Ric Flair used to wrestle here. Harley Race, all the greats. And we're building another great right now, Daddy. Moonshine Mantell takes home the Central States Championship. The first of many for me and my crew here in Central States Wrestling.
Overflowing with confidence is Greg Jovi as he believes Moonshine Mantell will become the next Central States champion this evening. But fans, coming up next here at Vendetta, Scott Tyler takes on Deathwish Anakin Murphy. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy Jason Jones, for introductions.
Your next match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he weighs in at 136 pounds. From Hawthorne Heights, Deathwish, Anakin Murphy.
He is a member of Grindhouse, along with Spitfire Davey Vega, who we saw just a little bit ago, as well as the gunslinger Matt Fitchett. Deathwish Anakin Murphy making his CSW debut this evening. Doesn't look like Murphy has gotten any sleep over the last week. As he will take on Scott Tyler in a lightweight battle here at Vendetta. Hailing from Kansas City, Missouri, just across the state line, about 5 minutes west of here. 5 minutes east of here, is the next competitor in this matchup, Scott Tyler, making his second appearance in CSW and his second matchup of his professional career. Scott Tyler, a student from the Casey Wrestling Academy here in Kansas City. Matchup underway. Like I said, it's a battle of lightweights here at Vendetta. Want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of this matchup, Dealership Rescue. You can visit them online at dealershiprescue.net. Thanks again, Dealership Rescue, for sponsoring this matchup between Deathwish Anakin Murphy and Scott Tyler here at Vendetta. Crowd here at the Kansas City, Kansas National Guard Armory behind the hometown boy, Scott Tyler. Collar and elbow tie up center of the ring. Murphy taking Tyler back to the corner. Thought we were going to see a big knife edge chop, but Anakin playing games early on in this matchup. Collar and elbow tie up. Tyler taking Murphy back into the corner. And a return of the favor, but a pie face from Murphy. Boot to the midsection by Murphy, standing side headlock as he just torques away on the head and neck of Scott Tyler. Tyler backing Murphy up into the ropes, shoots him off. Shoulder tackle, no one giving an inch. Pick of the leg by Anakin Murphy. Murphy into the ropes. Leapfrog, high leapfrog by Scott Tyler. Hip toss attempt, but a flip through by Scott Tyler. Tyler catches a forearm, quick forearm. Deep arm drag by Tyler takes Murphy down to the canvas. Another arm drag, nicely done. And a nice drop kick that sends Murphy back into the ropes. Whip off, no standing switch, or standing reversal. Sunset flip attempt by Scott Tyler. But Murphy going right to the face, the eyes, and the nose of Scott Tyler. Big double stomp. Right to the chest of Murphy. And now Murphy just choking. Referee not seeing that. Submission hold by Anakin Murphy. Deathwish just going to work on that shoulder and arm of Tyler. Murphy with the knife edge chop, lighting up the chest of Scott Tyler. Series of forearm shimmers sending Tyler down to the canvas in a seated position, as you can see there. Murphy with the full head of steam charges forward with a big basement drop kick right to the chest of Scott Tyler. And now with the hook of the leg and a cover, 2 count only. Murphy bringing Tyler up to his feet, but Tyler fighting off with a series of shots. Big wild hand and a strike to the face. Big slap by Anakin Murphy. Deathwish with a nice kick right to the side of the face, hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. Deathwish, Anakin Murphy just going to town thus far in this matchup.
Let's hear it from Tyler now, huh? The Kansas City guy, huh?
Knife edge chop by Tyler. Forearm shot by Murphy. Charge forward by Murphy. By Tyler. Takes down Anakin Murphy. And a series of clotheslines. Inverted atomic drop. And a big kick across the chest of Anakin Murphy, courtesy of Scott Tyler. Scott Tyler being trained by the Howletts at the KC Wrestling Academy. Anakin Murphy being trained by a grindhouse, Matt Fitchett and Davey Vega. Nice strike by Scotty Tyler, who's back up to his feet and in control of this matchup. Standing moonsault by Scott Tyler. 2 count only. Tyler back in control of this matchup. as he is signaling for something. He's setting up. Diamond cutter attempt, no. But Tyler catches a boot from Murphy. Murphy with a big kick right across the face of Scott Tyler. Front face lock. Into a dingo driver. Nicely done. 1, 2, and no. Scott Tyler kicking out of that dingo driver. Thought for sure that was going to do it, as you could see a little bit of blood trickling from the mouth of Anakin Murphy. Deathwish very impressive in his debut thus far here for Central States Wrestling. Springboard by Tyler into a diamond cutter. Nicely done. We've got a hook of the leg by Tyler. 2, 3, that'll do it. Winner of this matchup, Scott Tyler. And a great matchup here at Vendetta. His second appearance and second wrestling match of his career, and both have been victories here in CSW. Great job out of Scott Tyler. CSW correspondent, backstage correspondent, Ben Miller is currently with Luke Langley, the Black Diamond. Let's get back to Ben Miller with Luke Langley.
Hey Luke, I was wondering if I could get a word with you about the loss you suffered tonight. Whoa.
This is not the way the world should be. I have given everything to this sport. Countless hours in the gym, transforming myself from some scrub tag guy into a killing machine! And yet, at Central States Wrestling, whether it's Jamie Holly or Dak Draper or Mike Outlaw or Dan the Dad, I can't get the job done! This cannot stand.
Okay, thank you, Luke.
The Black Diamond, Luke Langley, not happy about his performances thus far in Central States Wrestling. But fans, coming up next, the big strong boy Ethan Price will be taking on the best pizza chef Luigi Primo here at Vendetta. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for introductions.
Just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your next contest? Your following matchup has a 20-minute time limit and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he's being sponsored by Top Tier Figures. Weighing in at 175 pounds. From Austin, Texas, here's the big, strong boy, Ethan Price.
You're welcome for my presence.
The big strong boy, Ethan Price, fighting out of Austin, Texas. Makes his way to the ringside area. Well, he's at the ringside area. He makes his way into the ring. Crowd here at the Kansas City, Kansas National Guard Armory. They do not like the big strong boy, but they do adore his opponent tonight, the best pizza chef, Luigi Primo. One of the most popular wrestlers here in Central States Wrestling, the best pizza chef, Luigi Primo. He is being sponsored tonight by Barry the Hatchet. You can visit Barry the Hatchet online at barrythehatchet.com. An axe throwing experience like no other here in Kansas City. Ethan Price being sponsored by Top Tier Figures, custom action figures. You can visit Top Tier Figures at toptierfigures.com. They do ship, Top Tier Figures ships their action figures, custom action figures worldwide. Visit them again online at toptierfigures.com. Barry the Hatchet at barrythehatchet.com. The last time these two gentlemen met was back in May at our event Strapped, which is available on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Central States Wrestling. It was a three-way matchup that saw the big strong boy Ethan Price victorious over Dan the Dad and Luigi Primo thanks to some outside interference. Fans, be sure to like us on Facebook for all the latest news and upcoming events and breaking news, all that good stuff. Facebook.com/Central States Wrestling. We are also on Twitter and Instagram. Both of those handles are CSW Wrestling KC. Of course, visit us online at cswwrestling.com, our official website. And of course, you can always buy tickets to our events at cswtickets.com. But we've got the bell here. And this match between the big strong boy the big strong boy Ethan Price and the best pizza chef Luigi Primo underway. Referee for this matchup, Adam Kennedy.
This ain't your pizzeria, boy. This is my ring. A test of strength.
Going to start off with a test of strength. But Luigi has other plans as he has the armbar locked on. And he's just tossing that dough. Every time that dough goes up, he clinches down on that arm of Luigi Primo. But Luigi with a wrist lock. And Luigi with that razzle-dazzle dough toss. Into a reversal, takes that wrist lock back into a hammer lock. Luigi Primo getting under the skin of Ethan Price early in this matchup. Waist lock standing switch by Luigi, drop toe hold by Price, who rolls through, charges forward, grabs the ankle, and goes right into an ankle lock. Luigi having none of that as he just twirls that dough away and kicks off the big strong boy. Drop kick, nicely done, finds its mark. Out of Primo. Sent Price down to the canvas. Price trying to get away. He's in the ropes, looking for that rope break from the referee. Boot to the midsection European uppercut by the big strong boy. Knife edge chop, glancing knife edge chop. Overhand right by Price, finds its mark. And now just using that top rope, dragging the face, the cheekbone of Luigi Primo across that top rope. Whip into the ropes goes Primo, he holds on. Price charges forward, drop toe hold, sends Ethan Price into that middle rope. Luigi to the outside, big step-in kick. Slingshot into a senton, nicely done by Primo. We've got a cover. 2 count only. Big scoop, textbook body slam, plants Ethan Price in the center of the ring. Primo back into the ropes, senton, but Price gets his knees up to the small of the back of Luigi Primo. Big clothesline sends Primo down to the canvas. Price with a cover. 2 count only. Rear chin lock applied, center of the ring. Primo trying to fight his way out, makes his way back up to the vertical base, fires off a shot to the midsection, make that 2 and a third, breaks the hold. Primo into the ropes, but a handful of hair by Price sends Primo down to the canvas, and a big knee drop right across the eye of Luigi Primo gets Price a 2 count. The big strong boy looks like he's setting up for maybe a power bomb or a pile driver. I'm not sure yet. Primo dropping down to a knee, and Price floats over for a pinning attempt. Primo with the hold of the legs, 2 and no. Primo nearly pulling out a quick victory here as Price back to his feet drives that knee into the midsection of Luigi Primo. Snap suplex by Ethan Price, nicely done. We've got a cover by Price. 2 count only. Stomp to the lower back of Luigi Primo by Ethan Price. European uppercut by Price sends Primo back into the corner. And Price just stomping away at the chest of Luigi Primo. The proverbial mud hole, stomping a mud hole and walking it dry. And the dough to the face of Ethan Price. Drop kick by Luigi Primo. Primo with that dough now. And he's wild swing and a miss. A kick to the midsection by Ethan Price. And Price setting up for maybe a pile driver again or a power bomb, I'm not sure, as he just clubs away on the lower back of Luigi Primo. Primo with a big power bomb coming up. But no, Luigi Primo just tossing that dough. Drapes it across the face of Price. Price blinded, and a nice Hurricanrana. Big clothesline by Primo. And a back elbow takes Price down to the canvas. Spin wheel kick by Luigi Primo. Whip into the ropes, no reversal by Price. Up onto the ropes, springboard crossbody. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover by Primo. 2 count only. Very close to a 3. Following that crossbody, that springboard crossbody from the middle rope. Both men slow to get up, neither capitalizing here in this matchup. As Luigi Primo places that dough over the face of Ethan Price and begins to rain down the right hands to the head of Ethan Price. Ten shots, and Price is on Dream Street as he just falls face first into the canvas. Primo calling for it. Front face lock, looking for that pizza cutter, but no, he's pushed off into the ropes. Fireman's carry by the big strong boy. Luigi fighting to get free. Onto the apron is Luigi Primo. Charged forward by Ethan Price, catches the boot of Primo. Primo with a slingshot roll through into a lung blower. Hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only as the big strong boy digging down deep and kicking out with milliseconds to spare. Fireman's carry by Luigi Primo as Ethan Price floats over to the back. Rear waistlock by the big strong boy. Big forearm shot down the spine of Luigi Primo, courtesy of Ethan Price. Price charges forward, nobody home. Primo charged forward there, caught the back of the elbow of Ethan Price, and Ethan Price now taking off that turnbuckle cover, exposing that metal turnbuckle. Big boot to the jaw of Luigi Primo. A big scoop over the shoulder of Ethan Price goes Primo, and he's going to try to shove him, or throw him right into that steel turnbuckle, but Primo with a spin heel kick. Fireman's carry by Primo. That top turnbuckle still exposed. Helicopter spin by Luigi Primo, but it looks like Ethan Price going to the eyes of Primo to break himself free. Another fireman's carry into a slam by the big strong boy. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover, 2 and no, 2 count only as Primo able to kick out. Referee Adam Kennedy hasn't had an opportunity, or I don't even know if he knows that that top turnbuckle is exposed over there. Price putting Primo up onto the top rope. And a big slap right to the jaw of Luigi Primo. Price now up on that middle rope, front face lock. Looks like he's going for a middle rope suplex, but Luigi Primo blocking and firing off a couple of shots. Make that 3 to the back. And a punch to the kidney by Ethan Price and an overhand right. Both men now exchanging shots. And it's Luigi Primo getting the best of it as Primo up on the top rope. What does he have in store for the big strong boy here? He dives forward but rolls through. Big boot right, big shin strike right across the face of Luigi Primo. Powerbomb, big strong powerbomb by Ethan Price. We've got a cover. 2 count only. As Luigi Primo able to kick out. Ethan Price not happy. Throwing a little bit of a fit there. Ethan Price stalking Luigi Primo, has a handful of his hair. Blocked right shot by Primo as he fires off a couple of forearm shots and goes for that kick again. Luigi now going up to the top rope. Big drop kick from the top rope. And a kip up by Luigi Primo. Primo signaling for that pizza cutter. He's thrown forward into that exposed turnbuckle, but doesn't catch it. Standing switch into a roll-up. Price kicks Primo off into that exposed turnbuckle. We got a schoolboy with a handful of tights, and that'll do it. The winner of this matchup, with the assist of that exposed steel turnbuckle, the big strong boy, Ethan Price, who now goes up 2-0 in matches against Luigi Primo. Didn't look like the impact to that corner exposed turnbuckle was significant, but it was significant enough to daze Luigi Primo. As you can see Primo there, he's got the microphone, he's holding his head.
Thank you for coming out. Many of you have supported me. Since you before, I became a famous like that dog over here. Next time, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna take Ethan Price down because sometimes you don't make a good pitch the first time. You have to throw it away and throw it over Ethan Price.
I might be mistaken in saying that the impact to that exposed turnbuckle wasn't significant. You could see a nice goose egg and red mark on the forehead of Luigi Primo where he hit that. We're going to get a camera backstage. I think Ben Miller has caught up with Ethan Price. Let's see what Ethan Price has to say backstage with Ben Miller.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I said the big strong boy was gonna clean up the pizzeria, and that's exactly what I did. That was the biggest, strongest victory in CSW history. I'm on a roll. I'm the boy. I'm the big strong boy. And there's no one that's gonna stop me.
All right, fans, it's time for your main event of the evening. The Quad-Fatha, Camaro Jackson, the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, and Moonshine Mantell in a fatal four-way matchup to determine the new Central States champion. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for the introductions.
Let's go! Kansas City, Central States Wrestling. It is now time for your Vendetta main event. Your main event is a four-way match for the Central States Heavyweight Championship. The first competitor to score pinfall will To my left, donning the green and black tights, sponsored by King K, weighing in at 265 pounds. From St. Louis, Missouri, he is the Quad-Father. Next contestant stands to my right, sponsored by Kansas City, weighing in at 250 pounds. From the Rocky Mountains, he is the Magnum. And the final contestant, he is your current and reigning DWF Heavyweight Champion. He weighs in 191 pounds. From Kansas City, Missouri, he is the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt.
He is your current reigning and defending DWF Heavyweight Champion, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, but it is not the DWF Championship that is on the line tonight. This is for the new Central States Heavyweight Championship, and one of these men, at the end of the night, will have his hand raised and that belt awarded to him.
You're a nobody.
Jeremy Wyatt looking to add to his collection of gold, but he catches a huge knife-edge chop to start things off. Make that two. One from Camaro Jackson, one from Dak Draper, and a third from Moonshine Mantell. Wyatt doesn't have very many friends in CSW. I think one, Vic Capri, who is on the injured reserve list. As we are underway here, your main event of the evening, this fatal four-way matchup. As now we have Dak Draper and Moonshine Mantell squaring off in the ring here. It was at our last show, Horseman Country, where these two men met for the first time ever in their careers, and they're picking up right where they left off, exchanging blows. And it looks like the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper will get the upper hand here as he's just firing away at Moonshine Mantell. I will do my best to keep up with the action in this matchup. Mantell into the ropes, no reversal. Leapfrog by the Mile High Magnum into a springboard back elbow. Nicely done. A trademark move out of the Mile High Magnum. Looks like he's setting up for that Magnum KO to finish this early. But it's Jeremy Wyatt grabbing Moonshine Mantell and breaking him free from that potential Magnum KO, and a double team maneuver by the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, and Moonshine Mantell. Little show of teamwork here out of the Monarch and Moonshine Mantell. And it looks like I spoke too soon as Wyatt showing his true colors. It's every man for himself, though, in this matchup. One fall to a finish. Rear waistlock by Moonshine Mantell. Standing switch by Dak Draper. A sunset flip has both men pinned. No, just Dak Draper by the Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson, who's back in it. Big boot to the side of the head of Dak Draper by Camaro Jackson. Jackson with a full head of steam and a splash in the corner to the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt. Draper driving the knee into the face of the Quad-Fatha, into the ropes, no reversal. Up and over goes Draper, but he's caught by Jackson. And now Jackson with a huge show of strength has both men over his shoulders, but both men floating over. Power slam attempt, all muscle by by the Quad-Fatha, who now has Jeremy Wyatt up over his shoulder and just brings him down across the prone Dak Draper. 2 count broken up by Moonshine Mantell. A very difficult matchup. A fatal four-way is to win. As a wild swing and a miss and a knife-edge chop by Camaro Jackson lights up the chest of Moonshine Mantell. Make that 2. The sweat just flying off the chest of Mantell as he is introduced to the top turnbuckle. Another knife-edge chop by the Quad-Fatha. Sends Mantell down to the canvas. He's in a bad way right now as the Quad-Fatha just stalks Mantell. Charge forward, knife edge chop. The Quad-Fatha just going to work on the chest with those knife edge chops with Moonshine Mantell. Irish whip, up and over goes Mantell. He charges forward with a shoulder to the midsection, and now it is Mantell who is taking it to Jackson. All four of these men, heavy hitters. Big clothesline takes Jackson off his feet, right in the center of the ring. Mantell not following up with a pin attempt. As Dak Draper comes up behind the unaware Moonshine Mantell. All power, spins him around. Belly to back suplex, and now it's the Monarch just dumping Dak Draper on his head. The last time Draper met up with the champion, the DWF champion of the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, it was the Monarch who was victorious. Into a crossface goes Camaro Jackson, courtesy of Jeremy Wyatt. As now a rear naked choke by Dak Draper to Moonshine Mantell. We'll see who gets the submission first, if any competitor here. Referee for this championship match is appointed by the CSW management team, Nick Chen. As Moonshine just drops Draper into Jeremy Wyatt, which broke that crossface that Wyatt had on Camaro Jackson. All four men now in a bad way. I have forgotten to mention that Greg Jovi is in the corner of Moonshine Mantell, which we'll see if that plays into this matchup. Gives him being Moonshine Mantell a slight advantage, as now these four men just exchanging blows. I'm gonna see who gets the advantage here, as Moonshine with a big right hand of Wyatt, Draper with the right hand to Moonshine. Got to thank our cameraman for capturing all this action. Knife edge chop by Camaro Jackson to Moonshine Mantell, make that two. As Draper with a shoulder block to the midsection of Wyatt. Wyatt shoving Jackson into Dak Draper. And now a schoolboy by the champion, the DWF champion, for a 2 count on Moonshine Mantell. Block of the clothesline by Mantell. Into a corkscrew suplex, nicely done by Mantell. Brings Wyatt back up to his feet. I thought for sure he'd go for a pinning attempt. Discus forearm shot, elbow shot by Camaro Jackson. Takes out Moonshine Mantell. Mantell into the ropes. Big spine buster plants Mantell right in the center of the ring. Jackson firing up. He's spun around, blocks the kick to the midsection, but catches a right hand courtesy of Dak Draper. Draper with a fireman's carry, possibly going for that Magnum KO, but he springboards off of that middle rope, comes off with a double axe handle and into the ropes. With a leg drop, nicely done. Rocker dropper by Dak Draper. Big back body drop, no, into the Magnum KO attempt onto the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt. Leapfrog by Draper, springboard back elbow, but he's caught. Well scouted by Wyatt with that neck breaker. Wyatt going up to the top rope. Elbow drop attempt connects. 2 and no. Moonshine Mantell in there to break up the pinning attempt by Jeremy Wyatt.
That's how you work for a 4-person match. Moonshine, you pick your spot.
Mantell now with Wyatt, brings him back up to his feet and throws him shoulder first into that middle turnbuckle. All impact on that shoulder of Wyatt. And now Mantell with the Quad-Fatha. Camaro Jackson brings him up to his feet and slams the Quad-Fatha into Dak Draper. And now Wyatt gets slammed into the Quad-Fatha. Mantell backs up, full head of steam, and a big shoulder block and a knife edge chop to Jeremy Wyatt. And a shoulder block for the Quad-Fatha and a knife edge chop and a forearm shot. And now a third, this time it's for Dak Draper. Mantell in control of this matchup. But he's not following up with a pin attempt on any of these men. Boot to the face by by Dak Draper. Moonshine charges in, up and over the top rope he goes to the outside, courtesy of Dak Draper. Draper now up onto that middle rope. Comes off with a double drop kick, nicely done, taking both men down, Wyatt and the Quad-Fatha. As Dak Draper's all fired up, but a big shoulder tackle from the top rope. Flying shoulder tackle by Moonshine Mantell takes Dak Draper down to the canvas. And once again, all four men laying prone on the canvas. And all four men slow to get up, but it's Moonshine Mantell who manages to do so first. As he makes his way over to the Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson. Big knife edge chop echoes through the Kansas City, Kansas National Guard Armory as Mantell lit up the chest of the Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson. Another knife edge chop. Whip into the ropes goes Camaro Jackson. A boot to the chest of Moonshine Mantell, and Jackson back into the ropes. And a spine buster by Moonshine Mantell plants Camaro Jackson in the center of the ring. Wyatt up to his feet, spins Mantell around. Looks like he's setting up for that Coronation Pile Driver, but Mantell with a wheelbarrow. But Draper coming up as he uses Wyatt as a sort of a battering ram. Into a Dr. Bomb, into that mile-high bomb. 2 and 3. No, Wyatt kicking out at the last second. We almost had a new Central States champion. Following that mile-high bomb, Jackson up and over goes Mantell as Mantell charges forward, up and over the top rope he goes. He's trying to hang on to that top rope. Mantell charges forward, big meat hook clothesline, greets Camaro Jackson, and a belly-to-belly suplex plants Camaro Jackson right into the ring, right into that canvas. And it looks like Mantell might be taking control of this matchup, but he catches a right hand, but fires off a shot of his own. Now both Draper and Mantell exchanging blows. Draper up on that middle rope, and it looks like Mantell's going after him. Both men now, Mantell and Draper, on that middle rope, jockeying for position. Front face lock by by Draper. My apologies. But now Camaro Jackson, what does he have in mind? Tower of Doom, a powerbomb and a suplex, but Wyatt comes in immediately, capitalizes on the prone Camaro Jackson, hook in the leg by Wyatt. 2 count only, as he now goes over to Moonshine Mantell. 2 count only. Wyatt going full tilt boogie in this matchup as he just slams Dak Draper into that post, that steel post, shoulder first. Mantell left alone in the ring with Jeremy Wyatt. Again, looking to add to his championship collection, but he is caught shot to the breadbasket by Moonshine Mantell. Pick of the legs by Wyatt, who looks like he's going for a sharpshooter. Trying to get Mantell over, and he does, right in the center of the ring. Great ring positioning by the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, trying to get Moonshine Mantell to tap out. Mantell inching and crawling his way over to that bottom rope. He grabs a hold of Greg Jovi's hands. Jovi pulling. But now Jovi being pulled into the ring as Wyatt just torques away with that sharpshooter. I think Wyatt thinks that the tapping, the banging on the canvas of Greg Jovi was Moonshine Mantell tapping. He's now realizing that wasn't the case. Dak Draper back into the ring. Roll through by Draper. 2 count only. Big shoulder tackle, and referee Nick Chen goes down. Big clothesline nearly decapitates the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt. Camaro Jackson firing up. And now he has his eyes set on Moonshine Mantell. He's calling for the end. We don't have a referee in this matchup as Dak Draper collided with, and that's Neal, the Kings Road Slayer, taking it right to the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson, and now Neal and his, stablemate, Moonshine Mantell, stomping away at the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson. And here comes Mike Outlaw, a member of Team Ambition, along with the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson. And Outlaw is just teeing off on the Kings Road Slayer. Mike Outlaw going after the Kings Road Slayer, Neal on the outside. This match is completely broken down here as the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson with a forearm shot to Moonshine Mantell and slams Mantell's head down into that ring announcer's table. Back over to Outlaw and Neal, who are just exchanging blows on the outside. Knife edge chop by the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson to Moonshine Mantell. Team Ambition being the Quad-Father Camaro Jackson and Mike Outlaw going to town as Wyatt hits the ropes. Tope Suicida takes out all the men here on the floor. Moonshine clubbering away at the back of Jeremy Wyatt. Mantell back into the ring. Wyatt with that championship belt just levels Moonshine Mantell with it. Draper ducks the belt shot. Back body drop by the Mile High Magnum. Big clothesline sends Jeremy Wyatt out of the ring. Dak Draper now. No, schoolboy by Jackson, 2 count only. Jackson up to his feet. Into the fireman's carry, Magnum KO. We've got a hook in the leg and a cover. 2 and 3, that'll do it. The winner of this matchup and new Central States champion, the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper, in a hard-fought battle against 3 of the top competitors here in Central States Wrestling. What a main event, as we now have a new Central States heavyweight champion, and that man, the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper. Fans, we are going to leave the cameras rolling. Do not go anywhere. We're going to try to get some words from the new champion, Dak Draper, as soon as he gets back to the back. Want to thank all of our sponsors for the evening. The law firm of Holnick, Stay, and Garrigan Levitt at holnicklaw.com. Warriors Academy at warriorsacademykc.com. Fast Signs of Overland Park, Top Tier Figures. Of course, the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast. Bury the Hatchet. Up Down KC, Kincaid Arcade. Primetime Fitness. And the Dealership Rescue. Visit us on our social media accounts. Facebook.com/Central States Wrestling. Instagram and Twitter are both CSW Wrestling KC. And visit us online at our official website, cswwrestling.com. Fans, for Central States Wrestling, I am Jeremy Seeger. Stay right where you are. We're going to get cameras to the back, I promise you that. This has been Vendetta. Join us again on December 10th, for Deal with the Steel 4, where we will see a main event of a steel cage match between the Howletts and the Premier. Fans, have a great night.
I might deserve it, but more than me, the reason I come back to Kansas City, the reason I consider Kansas City my home, no matter where I live, no matter where wrestling takes me in this country, I consider Kansas City my home because of all of you. You all deserve it. little do I know that shame on you.
Give it up one more time for your new Central State Heavyweight Champion, the
Get us in trouble.
You kicked me!
I'm gonna fix
You
this.
kicked me! All this time! You kicked me! All this time! All this time! All this time! I've been watching day in, day out! Years! Years, Jovi! Do you listen to me? Years!
I know!
And it was always taken from me like that! It was like that! Like that!
It was BS, Sean. It was BS. It was BS. But I'm gonna fix it. Oh, this idiot's here again with the camera. You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad. Look deep into my eyes, all right? I have a message for you out there, Mike Outlaw. Tonight was supposed to be our night. The coronation of Moonshine, the welcoming to the family of Derek Neal, and you screwed it up. You screwed it up. I'm putting this on you. So you consider it on sight, dog. It's all on sight. Next time I see you, next time Moonshine sees you, it's on sight. I'm gonna deal with you and whatever other track jacking wearing idiot you want to bring along. So you come on too, Camaro. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Let's go. I'm gonna fix this.
CSW fans, I'm standing here with Jeremy Wyatt right after the main event of CSW's Vendetta. Jeremy, unfortunately, you weren't able to pick up the victory here tonight.
Yeah, I wasn't able to pick up the victory. By my count, I had that match won twice. But the referees here in CSW are so damn incompetent. I should be standing here not with one, but 2 championships. But that's okay. Congratulations, Dak Draper. You got yourself a nice consolation prize. Because you know, and I know, you didn't pin me. As a matter of fact, you have never pinned me. So, everyone here knows that the DWF Championship is the top championship in CSW. Because it isn't the championship that makes the man. It's the man who makes the championship. And you were looking at the man.
That wasn't supposed to happen like that. Tonight, I was supposed to write that love story, write that love letter to Kansas City. Because like I said before, without KC, there wouldn't be no Quad-Fatha. There wouldn't be Camaro Jackson. And what happened? What happened? Moonshine's lackeys, Jovi, then Derek Neal.
Listen up. Camaro, my brother, you talking about writing a love letter to KC. Well, that letter is going on. It's not over with. We're going to continue to write this story. We just got to take a quick detour to Moonshine and Derek Neal and Greg Jovi. Derek Neal, I thought you was a stand-up guy, but apparently you don't have a spine to stand up with. So, you lined yourself with Greg Jovi and Moonshine. Well, now look at us. Look at me. Mike Outlaw, real name, no gimmicks. The Quad-Fatha Camaro Jackson. Next time that we here in KC, you gotta see us.
CSW fans, it's Ben Miller standing backstage with the brand new CSW heavyweight champion just moments after his victory at Vendetta, the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper.
Ben, 5 years ago, I sat in front of that camera after losing the Kansas City Championship, and I said that I didn't know what I was going to do next, but I knew I was going to have to be tough because Drapers win. And in those 5 years, I've moved all over the country chasing what was going to make me a better wrestler. And each of those moves, when I was in a new area, when I had no support system, when I didn't know anyone, it was scary. And it was tough. And then as I progressed along more, and I started to get so dialed in, those 5 a.m. wake-ups every single day, those were tough. And then becoming singularly focused on getting back to where I wanted to get back to, which was the pinnacle of wrestling in the Kansas City area, in the Central States area. When you're focused on one goal, I said it before, and I'm saying it again 5 years later because it still rings true. When you're focused on one goal, everything else gets put on the back burner. I've lost people in my life. I've lost more people in my life than I love that I would care to even think about. But tonight, the moving, the constant uncertainty, the 5 a.m. wake-ups, living my life focused on this singular goal, pushing away everyone that was close to me to make it to the back to the top. Dak Draper won tonight. Because if you have a goal, you need to be tough and keep moving forward. Because that's how you win.
And then I come in from the back, Frass doesn't even see me coming in, boom! I just hit him, I cracked that chair across his back. It was the greatest thing ever. And we start beating on the Howletts, with the chair shots, We outnumber them, dude, and we had to prove to the people in Kansas City that we are the most dangerous tag team in the world. And Roscoe, what'd you do?
It's the thing. It's the thing we saw him do after you dropped him like a bag of hammers.
Absolutely.
And we slapped those Howletts around in the middle of the ring a little bit. But we had him hold that coach up, that little feller, held him up, and I kicked him right in the nuts.
It was so good.
He went down just like a bag of hammers. It was the neatest thing you'd ever seen. They think they've got us.
They think that they're gonna go up on December 10th.
They think they're gonna have us in a steel cage. Guess what? We've never lost to them, and why we got them in a cage?
Exactly. Nowhere to go, and when we beat them, the tribe has to disband. That's the best part. They are no longer going to be a team after we beat them in a cage.
We're just going to finally be done with those guys so we can move on to the next. I'm so pumped for it.
I really wish you were here, Soup. It was so good. Oh, I'm still fired up. I'm still fired up.
We got them good. Let's do it again soon. We'll see you in a cage on December 10th. You'll be with us this time, Myers. Can't wait.
We'll get them.